You see, guys, gun control, it isn't about guns. Gun control is actually about individualism control. So there was a shooting in Virginia involving members of Congress, and the liberal left is already coming out calling for a ban on guns because apparently there's an epidemic of gun violence and we must rally together and ban guns immediately. But the problem with that logic is quite simple, and it really exposes the true intention behind gun control. Because gun control isn't about guns. Gun control is about individualism control. Gun control is about controlling your passion for life, your passion for being an active, engaged participator in the play of your existence. It provides explosive devices, pressure cooker bombs, cars, and knives for that matter, are really just about as effective, in some cases even more effective, than guns are. So where's the call to ban knives? Where's the call to ban trucks? Where's the call to ban pressure cookers? And for that matter, where's the call to ban 3D printers? Because as you guys have heard me say many times before, you can now 3D print your guns. Your gun control solution is probably the worst idea ever, which really brings into question, why would someone promote such an illogical non-solution to a problem? Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about the things that cause people to go out and start shooting places up. As you guys might have noticed, this is not a real gun. It's an airsoft gun, so it's basically a toy, but it's quite realistic. When a liberal calls for gun control, what they're really saying is, I hate the fact that you love life so much that you're going to take it into your hands to be armed and ready and capable of defending yourself. Pure and simple, that's what it comes down to. Why is it okay to call 911 for help, to call the cops for help, to call other armed people to come and help you, but it's not okay for you to arm yourself and help yourself? Tell me why that is. Why is the left so triggered by the Second Amendment, which of course is the ultimate safe space since 1791? Why are they so triggered by that? Why is it okay for cops to make a living, to dedicate their lives, to train, to put in effort, to commit themselves to protecting other people? Because cops are given guns and they train in using guns and they train in self-defense tactics and how to take cover and all that. Why is it okay for cops to do that? But the moment a citizen wants to do it, it's suddenly not okay. What are liberals, which is the liberal modern day liberalism, which is a fake term. They're not actually liberals. They're counterfeit liberals who call themselves liberals to hide their true evil, demonic, hellish intentions. Why would they do that? Well, it's quite clear that they do not want you to have the power of self-defense in your own hands. They want to monopolize self-defense into the hands of the government. Maybe it's because they just want the government to, become as big and powerful as possible. That's one argument to make. Government itself is a bit of an industry on its own. It's kind of like a business. And politicians know that the more people depend on government, the more people depend on politicians. And the more people depend on politicians, the more people are likely to bolster up and embolden and empower these politicians, giving politicians a sense of success that they achieved pretty much uselessly through the government system. At least Donald Trump had a life before he became a politician, which is one of the primary reasons I voted for him. So that could be one argument. But another argument is that they do not like, and this ties into the previous argument, they just don't like people being independent and in control of their own lives. Because people who are independent and in control of their own lives do not depend on or really rely on a government. Or they certainly wouldn't aspire to rely on the government. They like to take things into their own hands. Instead of calling 911 and waiting around fucking helplessly for some dude with a gun who's sanctioned by the government to own a gun shows up to help you, maybe you stand a fucking chance. See, if people say, oh, guns are useless, guns are so useless, they won't save you because you can just as easily accidentally shoot. If you're in a hostage situation and you have a concealed carry and you pull out a gun and you start shooting the freaking terrorist who's holding everybody hostage, you just might misfire and shoot one of the innocent hostages. That logic applies just as much to the cops who show up to the hostage situation as a hostage himself who has a concealed carry weapon. So the gun control argument never makes sense, but it's not supposed to make sense. It's not about reducing deaths. It's not about reducing violence. It's about reducing your passion for life, your commitment to putting your life's safety, your life's well-being, and your life's prosperity into your own hands. They hate it, they hate it, they hate it. And that's why buying guns, and that's why supporting the Second Amendment with incredible shirts like these helps push this paradigm of individual empowerment and love of life, as opposed to individual disempowerment and a passive, sluggish, nihilistic perspective on your existence. Thank you guys for watching. Links to these incredible, triggering t-shirts are below and above. Take care. Fight back against YouTube censorship by supporting me on Patreon. You'll also get access to exclusive, never-before-seen videos and other perks like monthly Google Hangouts with me, free books and t-shirts, and more.